Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to basically this is the an example, right? Another example, should I say, of the strategies and tactics in the previous video that I've uploaded up to Geek.com's YouTube channel. Now we're going to see what these tactics look like when put into practice against a real army, right? Now I know some of my previous videos I only just went up against, you know, small fish per se, okay? But now I want to show you, show you how well this works, right, against a larger army, alright? Now, unfortunately, what's going to happen is that I have French rebels have attacked my capital in Paris, right? And now, unfortunately, all I have available to me is a small force of Minutemen, right? Essentially, 150, 300, basically 600 men, right? I have another army incoming, but I just don't know when they're going to reach me, right? So, essentially, this is all I've got right now, okay? Now, as I said, guys, right, in one of my other videos, the first thing you need to do is examine the terrain, alright? Now, as you can see here, this is Paris, alright? Paris is basically guarding my left flank, alright? As you can see over here, we have a bit of a hill, alright? So it is a bit disadvantage, right? But I'm not going to take that disadvantage. What I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to get my men up to here quickly. Alright? That's why I position them so close to the blue line as possible. And again, I have my cavalry on the flanks and my general behind. Now, where my reinforcements are going to come from, I'm not entirely sure, but what we're going to do is we're going to get the party started. I'm going to get my guys up here as quick as possible. Now, here my reinforcements are coming from this direction. Alright. There's my cavalry comes in first. Now, it seems the French are going to come at me in columns. Alright, this is a popular tactic used by Napoleon. Alright. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these boys up here to guard the left. As you can see, my men have reached the top of the hill. Right. Again, as I said, I'm using the double ranks, as I said in my previous videos. Try and get my shots off quicker. And I'm actually going to extend my right flank slightly and turn it inwards. And these guys, I'm going to set these right here, try and set them up for a flanking maneuver if it needs be. As we see, guys, the battle has begun. I'm going to set my Minutemen up along this side. Is not in range, so again, I'm going to turn them inwards slightly. I'm going to send this line down here. Sort of creates a sort of a L shape. friendly fire is on in this game, okay? So just do be forewarned. Unfortunately, they got to me before I was able to get into position, so... Loose, you know, like I said, loose regiment here on their own. So I'm gonna get my loose regiment to deal with them. You chase them down. Shaken up. So we're gonna send in the cavalry to finish them off. Right. And these guys are gonna come in here and take care of them. Now what we're going to do is we're going to straighten up the line a bit. So you can see the Minutemen, they're just firing when they're ready, right? They're not firing in unison, they're just firing when they're ready. Let's see, there they go again. They've broken again. And there they go. So now they're wavering. And they just broke. Well, that's a classic example of a backfire. Alright? So I want to try and keep this army out of it as much as possible. Right? But at least it did do something. Did I? Maybe not quite. And they're wavering again. Okay, guys, come on. Let's get on the hill. Oh, isn't that great? They've also run out of ammo. heroic victory. Now we're going to have a little look at the stats. See how we did. Now, as you can see, I deployed 1,986 men, right? But basically, this was my beginning force, right? And they essentially dealt with, 1,890 men, right? Pretty much. The other army did a little bit of help, but not much, right? So I think that concludes that the tactics I have laid out in my videos do in fact work, with a few modifications for sure. But I think that worked. What do you think?